You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I'm very excited to have Lee Lawrence here from ZeeBest Pest Control and Inspection. And Lee, you were just explaining to me that Northern Nevada, especially our region here in the Washoe County area, we're really seeing a growth, if you will, in roof rats. What are roof rats?
Well, Sarah, it's actually more than a growth. It's quite an explosion. In the last 5 years, my company has received hundreds of phone calls in the roof rat arena, if you will. People calling and complaining about this pest. This pest has really been on the rise in Northern Nevada. We have found them all over Collin Ranch, Somerset, the vistas out in Spanish Springs, Mogul, South Reno. It's quite remarkable how fast they've exploded in this area of Northern Nevada.
And I can tell you because I have seen friends posting pictures on social media. Like, these suckers are not small either.
Correct, they're not, and they're very invasive. They're what we call a commensal pest. They have to live with a human interaction with people. They have to get into houses and homes and cars and whatever structures we may have available for them to survive. So we don't find them out in the desert, but they live with us inside our communities and inside our homes.
Why have you seen this explosion? Like, what can we attribute it to?
You know, it's a really good question. And I've presented a few things at meetings regarding this explosion issue. And there's a couple factors. We have, of course, climate change going on, which has lent to mild winters and really excessive fruit production in Northern Nevada from peaches and apples and cherries and things like that, which often wind up on the ground, don't get picked up. And so we have a supply year-round of food for these roof rats. And the other thing that's quite remarkable is the distribution. People are asking, well, how come we just picked them up on East Cala de la Plata in Spanish Springs this summer? Why are they there? How did they come here? What is this mode of transport? And the theory that's going around is containerized moving systems might have a lot to do with this.
Oh, wow. So and I don't want to use any brand name out there, but you see people who are moving and they've got a container in their driveway. So they're putting all their stuff in that container. The container sits out there for like a week or two, and then that moves to a different location.
Exactly. That is the kind of the thought that's going on, that this could be the mode of transport, because how they're showing up so quickly in some of these neighborhoods, it really doesn't make any sense that this is occurring. There's other ways, of course, it could occur, but this is a theory. I want to state that could be the cause of their rapid expansion. It's just not Reno; it's everywhere. It's every city in the western United States. It's all over the United States. And when those containers wind up somewhere, North America, who knows what comes out of them?
Well, and you were saying mild winters, a lot of fruit, but you also told me before we even started this official interview that a lot of home gardens and the fact that people are urban gardening and composting can contribute to this as well. So being a mindful gardener, kind of give people tips for that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. In the garden environment, of course, we have a greenhouse at my place. It locks up well at night. There's no way for anything to get into it. There are opportunities when you're composting, for instance, to not have open composting bins or coal piles with fruit and things from last year's fruit production laying outdoors where they can easily get into them. We use a container, composting container, and the composted material stays in there and until we're ready to use it. And also, the other thing too are the urban chickens. We never had the urban farming, if you will, the urban chickens and things like that. We have people raising a lot of chickens, and roof rats, when they hear those chickens, it's just a dinner bell to them.
So they like the chickens, or do they like the eggs, or do they like the feed?
They like, well, a lot of people will throw scratch out on the ground and have seed available to them, and they may not put it in containerized metal containers when they're not using it. But all these things can certainly provide food for roof rats. In fact, I will tell you this, This summer alone, there was one house on Arlington Avenue that we took 36 roof rats out of a house on Arlington.
Oh my gosh.
It was unbelievable. And, this is a real problem that people need to understand and realize and take preventive measures to keep these roof rats at bay as well as possible.
So quickly, because they're called roof rats, do they like live in a tree? Do they burrow on a roof? Are they in your attic? Like, where are we finding these?
Well, they are called roof rats for a reason. They're actually somewhat arboreal. They like to be off the ground. So they will travel over tops of fences, over telephone wires. They love to get into trees. Ivy that grows up the side of a house is a wonderful way for them not only to nest actually in the ivy, but to get onto roofs and to get into homes. But they will get into crawl spaces. They will get into everything if possible.
Well, Lee from ZeeBest Pest Control and Inspection, if folks need you to help them to get rid of any pest out there, where do they go? Who do they call?
Well, they could give us a call at our main line, 775-379-2521, or they can go to our website, ZeeBestPest.com, and certainly check out our reviews.
Okay.
Very proud of those. We're a family-owned business, and we would love to help anybody. And with one parting note, we have a feature called our Text the Pest feature that your viewers should know about. If you have a problem, a pest, you're not sure what it is, you simply take a clear cell phone picture and send it to our main company line, and we will identify that for you. It's free, and we can identify just about anything from a tree disease to a bug to a rat. It doesn't matter.
Thank you so much. You're watching 2+U Nevada.